soucis, sans problème.
Yo.
Oui, la belle vie, on est seul, on est
Welcome.
et on traîne.
Fair use, YouTube,
On
Facebook,
s'amuse à passer sans peur du lendemain.
sound check,
Et du blanche qui se penche
mic check.
sur les petits
Very nice.
matins. C'est la belle vie,
So,
sans amour, sans souci, sans problème.
first off, let's just
Oui, la belle
say a quick prayer for those people involved in this crash.
on est triste et on traîne.
Tragic indeed.
Alors pense
What
que
what
je t'aime
what messed up luck, man.
et quand tu auras compris,
So, welcome
réveille-toi,
to the Big West Show.
je serai là.
Those coming back, those new. I like to talk about things that are going on today and tell the truth about them. Tonight's stream, basically, we're talking about something that I've been talking on for a very long time, on how people have been not appreciating the opportunities that they've been getting. You got to realize, man, a lot of people have died for us to get to the places that we've gotten. And a lot of these people have just been born into that shit, born into that freedom, and they're not really respecting it. And I always speak about how Brad is coming to take his shit back. And this incident solidified it for me. Okay. We're going to get into it. So first, there's a few people here that we're going to talk about, right? Apparently, Biden hired some guy, and the guy was a fucking dirtbag. He sucked. He was not good at his job. They hired him anyway. He goes in, fucks it up, and everybody's like, yo, why'd you hire him? We told you not to hire him, right? Then we're going to get into the military running their operations. We're going to find out how the hell did they even get that mix up. I went and I pulled the protocol for military exercise in training areas. And we're going to get into what Trump said. I'm going to decode it for you. All right, let's get started. So Trump the disabled employees. Right. Let's get into this.
We will state certain opinions, however. I'm also immediately appointing an acting commissioner to the FAA, Christopher Rocheleau, a 22-year veteran of the agency, highly only highest intellect and psychologically superior people were allowed to qualify for air traffic controllers. That was not when I arrived in 2016. I made that change very early on because I always felt this was a job that, and other jobs too, but this was a job that had to be superior intelligence and
superior intelligence. There are a lot of people, many different shades of the rainbow, no pun intended, that have a superior intellect. But when you throw DEI mandates and enforce it with, oh, you know what? Well, we need this in there. We need a black female vice president. We need gay whatever representative. That's when you start fucking shit up, bro. Because now you got people just picking motherfuckers. Maybe all the black chicks you got ain't shit, but you gotta choose one. Maybe all the gay dudes you got don't know a fuck thing about what you got going on here, but you need one, and you put them in a place. This is what happened.
We didn't really have that, and we had it. And then when I left office and Biden took over, he changed them back to lower than ever before. I put safety first. Obama, Biden, and the Democrats put policy first. And they put politics at a level that nobody's ever seen, because this was the lowest level. Their policy was horrible, and their politics was even worse.
All right. Now, wait till you see this shit, man. Wait till you see this shit, bro. So, this is an article that they're going to be talking about here. Right? I couldn't believe it. FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. I didn't think this was real. How can you push in for people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities? I could see a yeah. I can't see none of this shit, bro. You have people flying our family members around, bro. These motherfuckers should be sued based off of this. Somebody need to go get a piece of these motherfuckers playing a budget or something, bro. Because how are you doing that? Right? This was just last year, January 2024. All right. So, okay, this is the guy that Trump doesn't like. Pete Buttigieg. Whatever the fuck his name is. Whatever the fuck his name is. This guy here. Right? The FAA, which is overseen by Secretary Pete, whatever that name is a government agency charged with regulating civil aviation and employs roughly 45,000 people. Okay? After a plug door on a Boeing 737 MAX 9 blew out. All right, so this guy that Trump does not like at all. Where is he? This is the individual right here. All right. This guy right here. This guy here. He is also married to a guy. So we know what that's about. All right. Well, this is a guy. Oh, no, that's not him. Who was that? Where the fuck is he? This is the new guy that he just got in. All right. Damn. Hold on. I got him. Hold on. I got him. Solar blue. Solar blue. Okay, this is the guy. This is the guy right here. So Trump said this guy was a straight fuck up. Okay. He said he was a straight fuck up. That he was a mayor of some town and he ran the damn town in the hole, you know, all kinds of shit. All right. So this is a guy that Trump don't like. All right. Now, I want to go to the twins because, you know, they're always funny, comical, but this is a serious situation. All right. But here you're going to hear Trump say some shit.
By Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, that guy. That's the guy he don't like.
A real winner. That guy's a real winner. Do you know how badly everything's run since he's run this Department of Transportation? He's a disaster. He was a disaster as a mayor. He ran his city into the ground, and he's a disaster now. He's just got a good line of bullshit.
A good line of bullshit.
The Department of Transportation is government agency charged with regulating civil aviation. Well, he runs it, 45,000 people, and he's run it right into the ground with his diversity. So I have to say that it's terrible. Then it's a group within the FAA, another story, determined that the workforce was too white, that they had concerted efforts to get the administration to change that and to change it immediately.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Now, here's the part that I was talking about. He's letting you know, listen, you guys said that the fucking agency was too white. You said it was too white. You told us we had to hire everybody. So we hired everybody, and then shit started fucking up. Well, now we're not hiring everybody anymore. We're hiring only superior intellect. Superior intellect doesn't only come in white, but it doesn't always come in other. You understand what I'm saying? Superior intellect doesn't always come in white, no. But the way they've been pushing shit was that it always came in other colors. That's not the case. A lot of them, let me just go to this fucking guy. I don't even know how this guy got fucking hired. Where is he at? This guy here, look at this shit. How did he beat this? So, a lot of you, I'm sure you know Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz destroyed this guy when they were trying to hire him for this position. I don't know how the fuck he got him. Listen to shit.
Is woefully lacking. And in fact, I believe your record is woefully lacking. And in fact, you have zero aviation safety experience. And I don't believe you'll have the votes for confirmation, as you and I visited about earlier this week. Mr. Washington, you've emphasized your time as CEO of the Denver airport, 20 months. Have you ever flown a plane?
Thank you for the question, Senator. No, I have never flown a plane.
So you weren't a military pilot or a commercial airline pilot?
No, Senator.
Have you ever worked for an airline?
No, Senator.
Have you ever worked as an air traffic controller?
No, Senator.
You ever?
We could just stop right there, bro. You've never flown a plane. You don't know anything about planes. You've never worked at a fucking airport. You were never an air traffic controller. You don't know a damn thing about this industry, basically. How did you get this job?
Worked for a company that manufactures airplanes?
No, Senator.
Have you ever worked for a company that fixes airplanes?
No, Senator.
So for 20 months, you've been in charge of the Denver airport. You're in charge of the airport's buildings, correct?
I am in charge of everything that goes on at that airport.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure that's exactly right. You're in charge of parking at the airport. Is that correct? How many
Yes, sir.
parking spaces are there at the Denver airport?
Thousands.
Bro, you just said you're in charge of everything that goes on there. You said you in charge of parking. Are you only in charge of parking, sir? Hold the fuck up. What?
Okay, you're in charge of all the shops and restaurants in the airport. How many restaurants are there in the Denver airport?
We have anywhere from 150 to 200 or so.
You're in charge of coffee shops and clothing stores and newsstands. You're not in charge of the pilots, are you?
No, Senator.
You're not in charge of the airplane mechanics, are you?
No, Senator.
You're not in charge of the air traffic controllers, are you?
No, Senator.
You know, I look at prior FAA administrators. You and I talked a couple of days ago. I respect your military service. I look at prior FAA administrators. Current acting FAA administrator Billy Nolan was a commercial airline pilot. He worked at multiple airline management roles. He has certificates in aviation safety from 3 different institutions, from the U.S. Army Safety Center and the U.S. Naval Postgraduate School. That's under President Biden. Administrator Steve Dixon, under both Biden and Trump, was an Air Force fighter pilot, a commercial airline pilot, an executive at Delta Airlines, 40 years of aviation experience. Acting Administrator Daniel Elwell was an Air Force combat pilot, a commercial airline pilot, a senior FAA official, and an aviation industry executive. Administrator Randy Babbitt was a commercial airline pilot for 25 years and served as the president of a labor union for pilots. Those are all people who know something about aviation and safety. As I look at your record, I see a record where you've got experience with buses, you've got experience with trains. Buses and trains are very different from planes. My understanding is this administration previously considered you for the board of Amtrak. That could well have been a position you were qualified for, and might well have received bipartisan support to serve in that role. You know, a lot of discussion, quite rightly, has focused on the horrific crashes of the 737 MAX that took 346 souls from us. Let me ask you, Mr. Washington, what is an angle of attack sensor?
The angle of attack sensor is a sensor that is on the front of the plane that controls the tilt and the altitude of the plane.
And how many of them are there on a 737 MAX?
I believe 2.
And what systems are there if there are contradictory signals from the angle of attack sensor?
What systems are there?
Yeah.
I would say the MCAS system, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Which is a horrible fucking, that MCAS shit, horrible system. They put that system in place without giving the pilots training on it. And the pilots hate it because when they're trying to pull up, the plane takes a dive. So they're pulling up to go up, and then the plane just starts fucking doing a nosedive. They didn't want to pay the money to retrain all of the pilots. So that system fucking sucks balls. I did a stream on that.
The MCAS system is responsible for the crashes at issue.
See?
What happens when you get a different reading from 2 different sensors?
Can you repeat that question, Senator?
What happens when you get a different reading from 2 different angle of attack sensors?
Well, I think human reaction needs to take over if that occurs.
So why did that not happen on the Lion Air and Ethiopian Air flights?
Well, Senator, I'm not a pilot. I don't know if I can answer that particular question. But
Mr. Washington, I believe you. But at the end of the day, that's the fundamental problem. For this administration to nominate someone as FAA administrator who can't answer the question why were 346 people killed in horrific crashes that resulted in the 737 MAX being grounded for a long time is striking. By the way, Administrator Dixon, after the FAA recertified the 737 MAX, he went and flew it personally. Listen, let me be clear, and you and I talked about this. FAA administrator is a specialized position. I'm not qualified to be FAA administrator. I have no idea how to fly a plane. No one in their right mind would put me in charge of aviation safety because I don't have that experience. I suspect most of the members of this committee are in a similar position. The American people, when they think about aviation safety, when they think about, I played in this committee, a Southwest Airlines and FedEx plane almost colliding at Austin's airport. They want an FAA administrator who knows why those planes crash and knows how to fix it to keep them safe. And with all respect, Mr. Washington, it gives no comfort to the flying public that their pilot might be a transgendered witch, but doesn't actually know how to.
What? Where the fuck did that come from? This nigga Ted Cruz said a transgendered witch. Holy
That might be a
shit.
transgendered witch, but doesn't actually know how to prevent the plane from crashing into the ground and killing them. I believe your record is woefully lacking.
All right, so we hear that from Senator Ted Cruz. Right? This is the one right here that's going around on Twitter. All right?
With authority to regulate aircraft, airspace, and airmen. The U.S. has some of the most complete ATC. Now, with recent issues under the Biden administration, from the flight disruptions over Christmas, now there's many new regulations that the FAA responder. So, Mr. Washington, can you quickly tell me what airspace requires an ADS-B transponder? Quickly, please.
thank you for the question, Senator. Not sure I can answer that question right now.
That's okay. We'll just keep going. So that's a pretty important part. But another question. You've said that your national security background, and again, I appreciate your military experience there, but you say that's prepared you for this role. Okay. The FAA has classified airspace to meet the needs of airports, air traffic, and also national security. The FAA has also designated special use airspace over DoD bases critical to national security. So what are the 6 types of special use airspace that protect this national security that appear on FAA charts? Quickly, please.
Sorry, Senator, I cannot answer that question.
Okay.
All right. So basically, what I'm showing to you is they had this guy up there. This guy don't know shit about planes, bro. He doesn't know a fucking thing about planes. They didn't want to fuck with him in the beginning because he had some charges in 2023 when he was some like sexual harassment charges or some shit from where he was prior. So they didn't want to put him in there at all. All right. So now when we hear Trump talk this shit, we can't get mad at him, bro. You can't get mad at him because there's no say. If they said we don't want to hire no more fucking black people or no more women, what would be your argument? What's her fucking name? Lori Lightfoot, Tiffany Henyard, Judge Christina something or other, The list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. The chick from the black Muslim chick from Boston. Like everybody's taking bribes. Everybody's fighting and punching fucking cops. Everybody's in their ratchet city girl shit or doing all this. Yo, what's up, brother? The first defense thing that they could say is, yo, we gave them shot, man. They were judges. They were fucking presidents. They were vice presidents. They were this. They were that. They fucked it up. They started to become detrimental to the people of the United States. I've been telling y'all this shit where I've been watching these people fuck up left and right. And I'm like, yo, man, our people. Oh, I don't have enough to speak on this, but I have pushed back on the fake ass energy by the senators. Man, listen, them dudes is like sharks, B. For success in that environment with them, I can already see it, man. You got to be part of the clique, bro. You got to have an end because they're there to fucking annihilate you. I like I watched that shit in my chill time. You know, I watched the Ted Cruz, the Matt Gaetz. There's an old motherfucker. There's an old motherfucker. It's just ruthless. And like that's what they do, man. They there just to bitch you out. You know what I'm saying? For you to have a successful hearing, you gotta be in the fucking group, man. Like, cause them motherfuckers is just there to rip people apart.
Sir.
Thank you.
Second for your signature, we have a presidential memorandum titled Immediate Assessment of Aviation Safety. In light of the damage done to aviation safety by the Biden administration's DEI and woke policies, what this presidential memorandum orders is for your Secretary of Transportation and FAA Administrator, in this case acting FAA Administrator, to basically ensure that we are actively undoing all of that damage, that we are assessing how much damage was done, and that we're ensuring that people hired within the FAA, in keeping with your memorandum of January 21st, are only the most outstanding, capable people for the jobs that they're being hired into.
In other words,
Like you said, in other words, competent, right? Remember when Trump gave black brain surgeon and putting them in charge of HUD? I bet they did not say shit on that one.
competence.
Yes, sir. Elevating competence over everything else instead of the DEI policies that were pursued by the Biden administration.
I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, it should make sense to everybody, except for the diversity.
And Obama.
Yes.
Both of them. Okay, but Biden much worse. Not even a contest. What they've done is just crazy in so many other ways. Okay?
Mr. President, to be clear, are you saying race or gender played a role in this tragedy?
It may have. I don't know. Incompetence might have played a role. We'll let you know that. But we want the most competent people. We don't care what race they are.
Now, keep in mind, because what this news reporter is doing is trying to line them up. Bro, let me tell you what DEI really means. That's it, Bob.
It may have. I don't know. Incompetence might have played a role. We'll let you know that. But we want the most competent people. We don't care what race they are. We want the most competent people, especially in those positions. And you're talking about extremely complex things. And if they don't have a great brain, a great power of the brain, they're not going to be very good at what they do, and bad things will happen.
Mr. President, there's more.
Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, she was inside that briefing. She's in the briefing room now. Mary, just 10 days into his presidency, Trump is taking on his first national tragedy and wasting no time bringing up Diversity hires into the conversation here as a possible cause of this crash with no evidence at all. And you challenged the.
All right, now, here you go. You can't expect anything positive, fair, to come from these bros because they're chicks and they don't like Trump. He said possibly, maybe, we don't know, right? When she said race or color, he said possibly, we don't know yet, right? She's asking him all kinds of shit. He's finding out just as much as you and I are finding out on this internet. But look at how they lead these questions.
Wasting no time bringing up diversity hires into the conversation here as a possible cause of this crash with no evidence at all. And you challenged the president on that.
I did, and Kira, I think it's important to be clear here that what we just heard from the president was a lot of speculation, but not a lot of answers or clarity into what actually caused this crash.
He don't know, bitch. You don't know. You want to lie? This is how it works. You got somebody that's really smart and specializes in this field. Something goes wrong, and they give you a report when they find out what the fuck went wrong. Like, she's expecting this motherfucker to answer the shit like he was on the goddamn plane. What the
Suggested
fuck?
it may have been the air traffic answers or clarity into what actually caused this crash. He has suggested it may have been the air traffic controllers. He pointed to possibly the pilots of the helicopter and repeated.
The air traffic controller directs the traffic of the fucking plane. The pilot is flying the fucking plane. So was he wrong for telling you those two things? No. But in bitch's mind that doesn't like him, she's going to say, yeah, he said something about a fucking pilot, that he said something about an air traffic controller. Well, yeah, bitch, those are the two main people that you would want to fucking talk to who would know what the fuck happened. Why is she saying it like what the fuck, man?
Suggested it may have been the air traffic controllers. He pointed to possibly the pilots of the helicopter and repeatedly, yes, he suggested that diversity, equity, and inclusion programs may somehow have played a role.
Yeah, because when you hired through DEI, diversity, inclusion, you don't really care how qualified this mucker is. You just need somebody to fill a gap so you can check a fucking box off. Yeah, we got a black guy. Yeah, we got a lesbian. Yeah, we got a fucking transgender. So the fuck you care. You don't care how good they are. I looked at this tragic story for 90 seconds. All I needed to know is one thing. Was the air traffic controller issue? It was not. So it's only one thing left. The helicopter pilot fucked up. My man, I like talking to you. I like talking to you, and we're going to go right over. We're just going to go right there. I'm going to go pull this up right here. No need to wait. You're right? So the first thing I'm thinking, well, this fucking helicopter, the bitch got night vision, fucking goggles on the helmet. It was clear. They got the transmission from the fucking tower to him, right? So I go over here and I'm like, yo, what's their protocol, right? So over here, all right. Number 47, non-participating aircraft are not prohibited from flying within an MTR or SMAR. However, extreme vigilance should be exercised when conducting flight through near routes, right? Pilots, while in flight, should contact the FSS within 100 nm of particular MTR obtained to obtain current information or route usage. So what this is saying is that the airline is supposed to make contact with the military to say, yo, listen, we're not in your fucking a little exercise, but we're here. Do you need us to go somewhere? You need us to go up, go down, left, right? Like, what do you need, right? Now, okay, MTR is a joint venture by the FAA and DOD, right? So they said that they were doing a training exercise. Because I'm like, yo, there was 3 people on the fucking plane, on the helicopter. What kind of training exercises are they doing? Right? Because one of the motherfuckers is the pilot. So that leaves you with 2. So what fucking one-on-one training are they doing? All right. So over here. All right. So supposedly they're doing air combat tactics, air intercepts, aerobatics, right? Formation training, but it was only 1. So they had to have been doing, I guess, tactics, low altitude tactics. Military pilots flying in an active MOA are exempted from the provisions of so-and-so, which prohibits aerobatic flight within the Class D. So being that they were by a fucking airport, they shouldn't be doing any types of aerobatic flights, right? So the only thing that leaves for them to have been doing was low altitude tactics. Pilots operating under the VFR should exercise extreme caution while flying within a military operation area. Pilots, all right, 1.3. Look at this. Oh shit, my bad. Wrong button. All right, 1.3. 1.3 says, exercise extreme caution while flying within military operation area when military activity is being conducted. Now, this is what they were doing. They were communicating, right? They were communicating with that what do you call that shit? With that tower. Trump said he's going to fucking cancel that fucking training over there. Yeah, he said that's just a dub. So right here, how do we know they were training? Because this lady, Heather Charis, spokesperson for Joint Task Force National Campaign, Capital Region, she said a Black Hawk helicopter was on a training flight at this time. Right? It was based at Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Right? We were working with local officials and we'll provide it. Okay. So they were doing training. Okay. Wow. So this diagram, what is this saying here? All right. Pentagon's over there. The airport's over there. This is the fucking where the helicopter came from. So, but why over here, bro? Why over here? Why the fuck can't you go over there somewhere? Or down there, bro? Why by the fucking runway? Why by the runway? All right, so now we're gonna go. I got a page where they were talking about it. If you recall Sully, you remember Sully? What did they call it? Miracle on the Hudson, and he landed that fucking plane right there in the Hudson. Let's see what they had to say about it.
Is the former airline pilot, well known for being at the controls for the miracle landing on the Hudson River. Sully Sullenberger, who is also the former ambassador of the U.S. to the International Civil Aviation Organization. Ambassador, thank you for joining us this morning. I always enjoy seeing you, but I wish this time it was under different circumstances. I know that you have been following, you've been hearing the reports. Can you just give us your perspective on what you believe happened?
We don't know yet. The investigation may take a year, but the NTSB investigators will find the probable cause and the contributing factors. We will learn from it, and we will do what we always do after an accident, learn from it and improve our system, change for the better. What seems apparent from the air traffic control communications is that the airplanes were able to see each other, at least one was able to see the other, and the air traffic controller was able to relieve himself of the requirement to have him separate the airplanes, and the pilots would have to separate from each other visually by identifying the other aircraft and staying a safe distance away. And obviously at some point, separation was tried.
So this looks like it was a head-on collision. Because up here, if you can see my cursor, this is the Reagan National Airport. This is where they got to land. The blue is the American Airlines flight path. So they're coming and they're canting to the left. The helicopter, it looked like he made a hard right, bro. Bro, nah, bro. Nah, bro. First thing I wanted to know was who was on that motherfucking flight. Because, you know, these motherfuckers do shit. I don't think nothing is a fucking coincidence. That was the first thing I wanted to know was who was on that flight. And after looking at this here, oh man, now this shit looks super intentional. Right? He said it's gonna take a year. God damn. How the fuck is it gonna take a year, bro? Let me just cut this page right here. How the fuck is it gonna take a year? So the blue line is the plane. It turns to the left because it's gonna go head down over here. Yellow line comes up, turns to the right. I don't understand why he's going. Why is he going over there, bro? Why is he going over there? This area is very tight corridor to fly in. This was over the Capitol. They do not take chances in certain areas. This was just a fuck up. Yeah. Damn. This was a horrible fuck up, bro. Damn.
Practically lost.
It was, and given your decades of flying experience, you know, folks are just scratching their head and they're saying, Sully, how could something like this happen? How could it happen?
Well, we have to realize how many things have to go right every day for us to have this now ultra-safe transportation industry. You know, we have in this country, you know, 10,000 flights a day, you know, 10.2 million flights a year, and we operate them all safely. But it's hard. It's hard to have the diligence and the dedication to adhere to best practices on every minute of every hour of every day, every week, every month, every year for a decades-long aviation career. That's what's required. And any lapse could potentially be fatal, even though we have a lot of safety layers in there. If all the dominoes line up in the wrong way, we can have, on rare occasions, a catastrophic event. And it's important to know that given enough time, given enough flights, given enough flight hours, eventually whatever can happen will happen unless we work very hard to prevent every incident from turning into an accident.
And I know that is the goal.
Man, I fucking hate flying, bro. I fucking hate flying, bro. Never liked flying. I think that shit is super unnatural. I look at them shits every time I look up and I see them planes. I'm like, man, that shit too fucking heavy to be flying, bro. And you got 40, 50, 60 motherfuckers on there. That shit too heavy to be flying. And it's only flying because of the fucking engines blowing out fucking hot air, bro. I'm just like, yo, this shit crazy. Never felt comfortable with that shit. I don't like that shit, bro. Don't make sense.
Welcome back to America Decides. Aviation disasters in this country are exceedingly rare. This one was unique. The collision midair of a commercial aircraft and a military helicopter, not very far from the Pentagon. That means the civilian authorities in our country, the National Transportation Safety Board.
Nah, man, I got my passport, bro. I got my shit. Bro. But the last flight I went was to fucking, it was Florida. And I didn't want to go. But I was dating this girl and she wanted to go. She fucking flew me out. And I was on that bitch for like 2.5 hours. And I hated it. I fucking hated it. Nah, I ain't got no stamps, kid. Nah. Back in 2000, I went from here to Iceland. 5-hour flight. 5 hours ago, when I went on leave, 5 hours to come back. Leave is up, go back to the base, 5 hours. Bro. No. I remember looking out the window and not seeing no land, bro. Just fucking water, bro. Just fucking water. That shit was horrible. I felt so vulnerable, so like that shit don't trip you out. You look out the window, it's nothing but water, man. Look out this window, is nothing but water. Look over there, nigga, it's nothing but fucking water. Like you fuck that. Anything could go wrong, bro. The nigga at the shit could have a heart attack or a brain aneurysm. You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen, bro. Look at this shit. These niggas died because a fucking helicopter flew into them. How Final Destination shit is that? Shit. I hear you, bro. You the people we need, champ. We need brave hearts like you, bro. Fuck that, nigga. I'm in the tank. I'll be in the tank. I remember seeing them. I was in Air Force. I remember seeing the fucking pilots, man. The motherfuckers was like movie stars, bro. Pilots, they used to walk around with that fucking jumpsuit on, a green jumpsuit with the fucking patches, and niggas was the mans. They was the mans. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo. So we gonna hear from this, what is he? He's a Black Hawk pilot. So he's gonna analyze what he think went wrong.
And the Pentagon will be collaborating.
Oh, shit. Hold on. No, I can't press that button no more.
To give us some valuable insight into that process, I want to bring in Bradley Bowman. He is the Senior Director of the Center on Military and Political Power at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, and importantly for this conversation, a former Black Hawk helicopter pilot. And that was the other.
That's some badass shit, though, B. Former Black Hawk helicopter pilot. Woo! Fighter jet, you niggas be fucking shooting missiles. That shit is crazy. That shit is lit, but I can't. Nah.
Of the two aircraft involved in this tragedy. Bradley, it's great to have you with us. Thank you. You've flown a Black Hawk. Have you flown this particular corridor in the nation's capital?
Yes, many times. I was in the 12th Aviation Battalion for 2 years, and I commanded Charlie Company there, including on the night of 9/11, and I've thrown through that exact airspace many, many times.
What can you tell us about that process and what you believe may be implicated in what has happened?
There's a system of low-level helicopter routes throughout the capital region that goes above a lot of the freeways and along the Potomac, and it is a very normal, routine thing for military helicopters to fly along those routes. As you're flying past Reagan National Airport, you go down to around 200 feet to deconflict that helicopter passage with the aircraft flying in and out of Reagan. It's a system that's been in place for decades, and throughout that time period, it's ensured the safe deconfliction of those helicopters and aircraft flying in and out of Reagan. But last night, that system failed, and I think it's really important to understand why, so something horrible like this never happens again.
That hard deck terminology, 200 feet, how important is that in the safety?
Nope. No. 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 Nope. 200 feet. See, an apartment ceilings are what? 10 feet? 10-foot ceilings. Okay, all right. So 200 feet ain't bad. All right, yeah. 200 feet should be good. I would think, nah, because a plane, my nigga, a plane is tall, B. Nah. A plane is tall, bro. That's 200 feet, nigga. That's, nah. He said the system failed. I know this from being in the military. Every time you assume a vehicle, you do a fucking check over everything on the motherfucker. And you gotta sign some shit, put your initial, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I checked this bitch, everything is working. The headlights, the windshield wipers, the fucking this is working, that is working. You gotta walk around the fucking shit. I know a motherfucker flying a Black Hawk gotta check that bitch before he get in there. I know you gotta walk around and check that shit out. What you mean? Nah, nigga.
Safety of this entire complex system of movement of aircraft and helicopter.
Throughout the entire system, there's a prescribed route and a prescribed altitude you're supposed to be at. And that altitude becomes particularly important right there at Reagan National Airport, because as you're flying, you literally have aircraft coming in and out, and you have to stay at that altitude. It's not really a hard deck. It's a don't fly above that as the helicopter, so that you have what we call in aviation deconfliction, just the spacing horizontally and vertically to make sure there's not a midair collision. And for some reason, that failed last night.
Tammy Duckworth, Senator from Illinois, told our Nicole Killian that based on an FAA briefing, air traffic control spoke with the helicopter crew, to her knowledge, twice. And the helicopter crew acknowledged instructions about where to be twice. Does that tell you anything important?
That sounds like the routine protocol. When I would be flying north to south on the Potomac, you'd check in as the helicopter pilot with the tower at Reagan, and you would not proceed past Key Bridge, for those who know, unless you had clearance to do so, or you wouldn't go past Wilson Bridge in the south without clearance to do so.
And there is a recording, and it is a limited insight into the air traffic control communication with the helicopter, but it does have an ask and answer process in which the control tower asks, Do you see the regional jet?
Yeah.
And there is an affirmation or a confirmation, yes.
Yes.
And yet this catastrophe occurred.
Yes.
Is it possible air traffic control and the crew on the helicopter were talking about a different plane being observed?
That's exactly what I was going to say. If you look at the video closely, there was another aircraft taking off. And so what may have happened, and we're going to need to follow the investigation. This is informed conjecture, respectful of the investigators, of course, and the gravity of the situation, is that the crew would have checked in at Key Bridge. They would have given them permission to proceed, speed up, slow down, hold. They would have proceeded. They say, we have an aircraft taking off, runway, whatever. Do you see it? Go behind that. They would have said, we'll comply. The tower was probably talking about the fixed-wing aircraft that they ultimately collided with. The crew may have seen the other aircraft, been watching the other aircraft, not realizing that the tower was talking about.
No, bro. No, bro. No, because where is it at? We got video. I think this might be it. It was a super clear night. Unless motherfuckers was getting head on the plane, on the helicopter or something.
We're turning around some audio tape that we now have in our possession, and it is, let me just read to you what I have here. It is between PAT 25 and DCA Tower. It's the air traffic controllers who are apparently in conversations with the two aircraft as they are coming into this particular airspace. Obviously, Leland Vittert reported earlier to us that he learned that at the final approach, to runway 33, and the pilot audio of the air.
S25, CRJ in flight. S25, pass on is CRJ. This club has an aircraft in flight for separation. Separate. American 472, Washington Tower, 1 star, 32017.
Somebody said, ooh.
American 3130, go around turn left and 250, climb Anthony 3000.
So again,
a good picture here. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, I think that's that. That's it on the bottom. Oh, I see it. Yo, you see that shit, bro? Right here. Right here is the fucking helicopter, right? And right here is the plane. Let me get my ass out the way. Hold on. Let me back it up. The real bright one. That's the airplane. He's coming straight at it. You see him right here? I mean, right here. He's coming straight at it. He's about to hit him. Boom. Holy shit, bro. It's like he was chasing that motherfucker. Bro, he ran right into that motherfucker, bro. He ran right into that motherfucker. Nah. That shit was like a suicide mission, bro. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's fucking nuts, bro. Right? Now this fucking helicopter. This is the fucking helicopter, bro. Look at this shit. And what are the things on the guy's helmet I want you to know? Right there. See that? That's the fucking night vision shit to help them see at night. Integrated night vision helmet. Damn. It's got dual M134 miniguns. Oh my God. So something like this. You got to be super qualified to fucking fly that shit. You got to be super qualified to fly that shit. So damn, bro. This shit's fucked up, man. It was kids on that shit. There is nothing you could say. There was a guy just texted his wife. She's like, we landing in 20 minutes and fucking never landed, bro.
Elizabeth, when you're checking boxes about what matters in this situation based on what you've seen and what you've heard, what are those boxes?
So the biggest flag for me was that they said it was as soon as they said a crew of 3, on a training mission, and flying visual in a dense airspace, they really should have had 2 crew chiefs, one on each side to clear the back of the helicopter and the view. So to me, it wasn't the only reason, the only issue, and the only cause, but it was a contributing factor.
See, that's what I was saying. I said 3. One of the motherfuckers is a pilot. So it's just like one-on-one, like what kind of training are they doing?
Now, Josh, you're nodding along. As someone, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm in airplanes. I've been in Black Hawk helicopters many, many times. I look and I see a beautiful night, a clear sky, and I hear all of these people telling them what to do, and I see all the planes doing what they usually do. I don't understand what's difficult about this. What am I missing?
Yeah, so when you get 2 planes like this, they're both technically VFR, they're visual flight rules. I mean, the CRJ was cleared for visual approach, which means pilots are out looking at the runway, they're looking at the surrounding areas. And then, of course, the Black Hawk also on visual flight rules. So when you get a situation where these helicopters or these aircraft are getting close, we even hear to the controllers come on and say, you know, Pat 25, the Black Hawk helicopter, do you have the CRJ in sight? And he says yes. At that point, the controllers take a little step back and say, okay, I understand they're close, but they can see each other. So I'm assuming that they're going to be able to see and avoid. The question is did the Black Hawk crew spot the right aircraft, or did they spot the correct aircraft? But at night, sometimes all you're seeing is just a few position lights and landing lights. And it's fairly difficult to tell the travel of that aircraft. And you only have a few seconds to do that. So extrapolating that very quickly, they may not have been able to understand where that aircraft was traveling in order to make an escape maneuver.
One more step down that road for me, Elizabeth.
Now, he said VFR, right? Flight, visual flight, something, right? According to their shit. God damn it. According to their rules, VFR military training routes. Operations on these routes are conducted in accordance with VFR, except flight visibility must be 5 miles or more. They got to be able to see 5 miles or more. And flights must not be conducted below a ceiling of less than 3,000 feet. On that other video, did it look like, well, it damn sure didn't look like 5 miles, like it was 5 miles away. That's one. And for two, I don't even know if that shit was 3,000 feet. I want to show you another thing real quick. Look at this. So this is supposed to say,
American Airlines plane and a Black Hawk helicopter end up in a tragic crash while the plane was attempting to land on runway 33. In the videos ahead, we'll take a closer look at the final hours leading up.
You see that? 400 feet. You saw that? You saw that, bro? 400 feet. And their fucking document, that bitch said 3,000 feet, bro. Let me just look at it one more time. Let's see, you know, maybe new to me, I might not know what the fuck I'm talking about. In accordance with VFR, except flight visibility must be 5 miles or more. You got to be able to see visible 5 miles or more, and flights must not be conducted below a ceiling less than 3,000 feet. Less than 3,000 feet. This shit right here said that they was at what?
And a Black Hawk helicopter end up in a tragic crash while the plane was attempting to land on runway 33. In the videos ahead, we'll take a
right there, Pop. That bitch say 400 feet, right? When I look at this shit right here, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Something's wrong. Something's fucking wrong, man. They just breaking motherfucking rules, bro. They just breaking the rules, bro. Upload new photos. Click open. Right here, right? Flight must not be conducted below a ceiling of less than 3,000 feet. This bitch say 400 feet, right?
closer look at the final hours leading up to the crash. Confusion between the PAP 25 VIP military helicopter and the air traffic controller, and how the rescue operation is being carried out. More details all in the video ahead. The plane had departed from Wichita Dwight D. Eisenhower National Airport in Kansas earlier that evening. A PSA Airlines aircraft, operated under American Airlines and identified as Flight AA5342, collided midair with a military Black Hawk helicopter at approximately 9 p.m. on Wednesday, January 29, 2025. The tragic incident occurred as the plane was making its final approach toward Reagan Washington National Airport in Arlington, Virginia.
How you not see that shit, bro? Oh shit, hold on. My bad. Let me check the comments. Where we at? Oh yeah, he on it. Visual flight rules. I think they mean you're visible. Visible should be 5 miles. Yeah, right. Okay, so you should be able to see clearly for a distance of at least 5 miles. What they say? They might have special rules in the DC area. I don't know. I just look at this as a oops. Yeah, big oops, man. 3,000 feet seems high for a copter. I can see that for a plane, but I'm guessing. What would you call that? Military training exercise and training for Black Hawks, for helicopters. Military and training protocols. I'm not finding what I'm looking for because I don't really know how to ask for it. Black Hawks. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah. No. Fuck, I can't find it out because this document that I pulled up. Now that you said that, I don't know if it's for aircraft or is it for, you know what I'm saying? It says no. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't specify it doesn't specify what type of aircraft it is. But let's get back to this and see what they're talking about.
Yeah. American Airlines confirmed that 64 people were aboard the jet, 60 passengers and 4 crew members, while 3 soldiers were aboard the military helicopter. This plane's radio transponder stopped transmitting about 2,400 feet, which is around 730 meters short of the runway, roughly over the middle of the
My man. Helicopters operating in traffic pattern may fly a pattern similar to the fixed-wing aircraft pattern, but at a lower altitude, 500 AGL and closer to the runway. All right, what is 500 AGL? AGL is an elevation of 500 feet. Okay, above ground level. All right, 500 feet. Okay. 500 feet AGL, above ground level. All right, so they're not supposed to go higher than 500 feet. Oh, the airplane was at 400 feet, bro. When we first looked at it, the plane was 400 feet. Damn. I mean, the motherfuckers was coming down. Oh. It still just looked like he just went right to that motherfucker, bro.
The river. This has marked the first major U.S. commercial crash in more than 15 years. From an aerial perspective, it is evident that Flight A5342 was approaching the airport from the south, descending over the scenic Potomac River. This area is known for its proximity to several iconic landmarks, such as the Pentagon, located nearby in Pentagon City. To the north, one can spot the striking dome of the United States Capitol building, a symbol of American democracy. The Potomac River, which encircles the airport and much of Arlington, serves as a natural boundary and offers breathtaking views for arriving flights. However, this area is also densely trafficked, both by air and on the ground, adding to the complexity of air traffic management in the region. American Airlines Flight 5342, which we'll refer to as the landing flight, was on its final approach to runway 33. At this stage, called short final, the aircraft was mere moments from landing, flying at an altitude of about 400 feet. This is the most critical phase of landing, where every second counts and pilots are laser-focused on safely bringing the plane down. At the same time, an Army Black Hawk helicopter, identified as PAC-25, was reportedly on a possible training flight. It was flying perpendicular to the flight path of Flight 53.
Bro, this shit just looks a little crazy, bro. Did you see that flight pattern you just took?
Possible training flight. It was flying perpendicular to the flight path of Flight 5342, following the course of the Potomac River. The Potomac River is a designated flight corridor for helicopters, and it's common to see aircraft like this operating in the area. The key difference between the two aircraft in this scenario was their operating rules. The Black Hawk helicopter, PAC-25, was flying under visual flight rules. This means it was required to rely on visual observation of its surroundings to avoid other aircraft. The landing flight 5342 was operating under instrument flight rules, which give it priority over VFR flights in controlled airspace. This system assumes that VFR aircraft will actively maintain visual separation to avoid conflicts. Moments before the collision, the air traffic control tower at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport called PAC-25 to confirm whether they had the other aircraft in sight. PAC-25 responded that they did. At first glance, this seems like an acknowledgement that they were aware of Flight 5342's presence and were taking steps to avoid it. However, it now seems likely that PAC-25 had mistakenly identified a different aircraft, possibly a departing flight from the same airport, and believed that was the other aircraft referred to by the tower. Tragically, PAC-25 may not have realized.
I now that he says it like that, I could kind of see that, because how the hell do you know which helicopter he's talking about? Say it's 6 of the motherfuckers. He said, "Yo, do you see the fucking plane?" You're like, "Yeah, I see about 6 of them bitches." They go like, the one closest to me, I'm guessing you talking about. I don't fucking know.
That Flight 5342 was descending directly into its path. This misidentification could have led to the Black Hawk failing to adjust its course in time to avoid a collision. Although I'm not a pilot, this is what appears to have happened based on the available information. It's a heartbreaking incident that raises questions about how such misunderstandings can occur and what safety measures can prevent them in the future. If you have more insight or expertise, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. The passenger plane broke into...
God, bro. That is like, niggas just fell into that icy ass. So if you ain't get crushed or burned, then you gotta fall into the fucking icy ass water. Let me see if there's something popping in the comments. Imagine waiting to love when this one happens. This dude is definitely holding a group of animators hostage in his basement. Yeah, that is fucking amazing. That's very good. Or maybe we had some inside information, 10 years experience in this industry. Damn. This guy has a better explanation than any of the news media regarding all 3 airplane incidents. Excellent job. Give him a like on that. I am a retired military helicopter pilot. I find it astounding that the Black Hawk pilot and co-pilot did not see the jet navigation lights or request that ATC confirm the jet altitude and directional flight path. This is the type of comment that I was looking for. Right here. Retired helicopter pilot. He finds it astounding. Black Hawk co-pilot did not see the jet navigation lights or request the ATC confirm the jet's altitude. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that comment right there.
Flying at an altitude of about 400 feet. This is the most critical phase of landing, where every second counts and pilots are laser focused on safely bringing the plane down. At the same time, an Army Black Hawk helicopter, identified as PAC-25, was reportedly on a possible training flight. It was flying perpendicular to the flight path of Flight 5342, following the course of the Potomac River. The Potomac River is a designated flight corridor for helicopters, and it's common to see aircraft like this operating in the area. The key difference between the 2 aircraft in this scenario was their operating rules. The Black Hawk helicopter, PAC-25, was flying under visual flight rules. This means it was required to rely on visual observation of its surroundings to avoid other aircraft. The landing flight 5342 was operating under instrument flight rules, which give it priority over VFR flights in controlled airspace. This system assumes that VFR aircraft will actively maintain visual separation to avoid conflicts. Moments before the collision, the air traffic control tower at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport...
But yo, let me ask a question, bro. If you at an airport and you got all these fucking planes flying, why would you fly your military ass over there, bro? Why would you fly your shit? Why would you introduce another fucking obstacle, another danger, into that fucking aerospace, bro? What the fuck? That's crazy. That's a shame. So they got the black box. Sully spoke. That guy spoke. These people are talking. Yeah. Orders, and it's been done thousands of times.
But at night, sometimes all you're seeing is just a few position lights and landing lights. And it's fairly difficult to tell the travel of that aircraft. And you only have a few seconds to do that. So extrapolating that very quickly, they may not have been able to understand where that aircraft was traveling in order to make an escape maneuver.
One more step down that road for me, Elizabeth. Help me understand a little bit more. I get it. I say I see it, but why is that not as simple as it would be?
So watch the beginning part of the video. There's another aircraft taking off. See that? Taking off. That's the one I believe the Black Hawk said they could see. They did not see the one that was above and behind them. So to me, the air traffic control typically would say, do you have the other aircraft at 5 o'clock? Do you have the other aircraft at your 11 o'clock? And a little bit more clarity from the air traffic controller. If they had said, do you have the one at 5 o'clock? And they're looking at the one at 11 o'clock, they would know that the crew chief's sticking his head out the window to get eyes on it and see where it is.
What am I missing, Josh, about how, well, it seems like it's right there next to you, would be easy to see. You said that sometimes you only see the marker lights. Tom, the pilot who died in the airline, the American Airlines plane, his father told me that you just heard, no, that the light from the city is blinding to see a chopper against that. Explain that.
Yeah, so especially on an approach and you're on a descent. So the cockpits of those aircraft are really not built to see down, down the nose. So when you sit in it, you're really barely looking over that dash. So once again, trying to look down for a plane is very difficult. And two, they're facing north, and so they're searching for. If they were searching for this Black Hawk, they're searching north and trying to position that aircraft amongst the lights of the city. And helicopters don't move in the same manner that aircraft do. They don't move nearly as fast. And so trying to spot moving lights against that city background is going to be incredibly difficult at night for any experienced pilot.
Elizabeth, is there anything about this that screams to you intentionality, no, or that this was, something people wanted to happen?
Absolutely not. There's no way a experienced military instructor pilot who is doing the annual eval of the other pilot would do anything like this. No military member. Absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely agree. We have no indication of that. So we have no indication that there was any kind of intent. Everybody was doing the thing that they were supposed to be doing. They're on the correct flight paths. Unfortunately, that you just can't occupy the space at the same time.
I appreciate you being measured. I appreciate you being open, and I appreciate you being fair. Elizabeth, thank you very much. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to...
Damn. Yo, that's a fucked up accident, bro. That's an accident, man. Like, can I play this shit? I think I could. Yeah, I think I could play his. I think I could play his content. I don't think he. Let's
see. Story, if you have it, I just sent it to you. Let me see if we have the recording of it. Where, yeah, if you can see what the
PBD. You guys, we already know that. So you gotta play it and then interject like this, like you're instructing and training and teaching about the video to disrupt it. So now let's see. I don't think Halle Berry could do it, bro. I don't think Halle Berry could do it.
They're saying here after the commercial. Let's see what it is. Let me see this one here. Trump even tweets about this. Okay, go for it, Rob.
Pat 25, it's CRJ in flight. Pat 25, pass behind is CRJ.
Whoa. Pat 25 helicopter, do you something CR inside?
CRJ in flight. Pat 25,
Pat 25 passed behind the CRJ. Passed behind the CRJ. So he's telling him to go. So he told him pass behind the aircraft. So if you tell me pass behind this shit, that means I gotta let this shit go, and then I'll go behind him. That's what this nigga just told him, bro. Oh shit! You see that? But we can't read the whole thing because they got their fucking picture in the way. But he says Pat. Oh, let me see. Oh, they went to BBC. I'm gonna go check it out.
pass behind is CRJ. How did you see that? 476.
Yeah, that's after the fucking crash. That's after the crash. Let me see something real quick. See if I could get that same shit they got. This might be it. Let me pull this out. Put this next to that. Nope, that is not it. Oh wait, is this it? No, that's not it. Try again, motherfucker. All right, let me see. Okay. Is this BBC? I hate saying they 13 minutes ago, that's not it. Where's it at? This it? Let me see. No. Not it. Okay, this looks kind of this looks promising right here. Let's see what's up with this.
Yeah, 79, contact Stone Park today.
Okay.
American 3130, slow to final.
Slow, American 3130.
Pat 25, traffic just south of Wilson Bridge to CRJ at 1,200 feet, start runway 33.
Scott has a traffic inside request visual separation.
This separation proof. American 1630, tower runway 1 lot void, traffic throughout, start runway 33, dispatch 16 on final.
Line up wait, runway 1.
Whiskey 5307, keep rolling out to November, ground 47 today. American 16, turn to Windstar 32014, Gulf 25, traffic 2 mile up base runway 33, no delay, runway 1 clear for immediate takeoff.
Number 1, clear for takeoff, American 1630.
Pat 25, it's CRJ in flight.
Yo, you saw that? It said conflict alert.
Pat 2-5, get CRJ in flight. Pass 2-5, pass behind this CRJ.
Pitch Club has a aircraft in sight, precision separation.
Good separate.
American 472 by bat number and visual.
American 472, Washington, 1 star, 32017.
Damn.
This is wind.
Damn. So, the fucking helicopter is responding like he knows what the traffic controller is talking about. This motherfucker, I don't think he knew what the fuck he was doing, bro. He told him, pass behind the CRJ, pass behind that aircraft. Conflict alert warning. So they got the conflict alert warning.
Pass 2-5, get CRJ in flight. Pass 2-5, pass behind this CRJ.
Pitch Club has a aircraft in sight, precision separation.
Good separate.
American 472 by bat number and visual.
American 472, Washington, 1 star, 32017.
This is wind. Doug, you see that?
American 472, American 3130, go around, turn left end, 250, climb maintain 3000.
Okay, left heading 350, 3000, American 3130. Power boost streak.
Yo, bro, the plane could, the plane, like, he couldn't get out of the way, bro. That fucking helo, the Black Hawk could have moved, man.
5347 is on final. Request runway 33, circle to 33. Second heading for American 3130.
American 3130, go around, turn left end, 270, climb maintain 3000.
270 on the heading, 3000, American 3130.
Crash. This is alert 3. Crash. This is alert 3. Crash. This is alert 3. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Leroy said, "Oh shit."
Crash. This is alert 3. Oh, shit. Where's the alert 3? It is off the approach end of runway 33. Approach end of runway 33. Helicopter crash. Helicopter. Copy out this morning. Crash. This is alert 3. 2 helicopters. Helicopter CRJ. Approach end of runway 33. Helicopter CRJ. The approach end of runway 33. A mile off final. Crash. Yeah. Kilo CRJ, approach end 33. Okay. How many souls on board? We don't have any of that information. How many souls on board?
Damn, that nigga said, "How many souls on board?"
We don't have any of that information. Towers reporting a CRJ and a helicopter crash. What's up, River? Can we go ahead and hold all operations till we have emergency units respond? We're going to go ahead and show the aerodrome closed.
Yeah, these motherfuckers might have to start paying extra money. They might have to start paying extra money and have have some fucking boats up in that damn water and be, or some shit like that happen. They go over there and try to scoop niggas up or something, bro. This shit is crazy. You as would say, baby, I'll just give me a few days, Route 66. Hell yeah. The plane could not move. It's on the descent, moving too slow. Perfect storm. Man, I'm out. This bad for my soul. Damn. Yo, peace. Have a good night, bro. Thanks for pulling up.
Yeah, that's affirmative. Hold all operations aerodrome closed.
And everybody just hold your positions, please, on the field right now.
Shots out 43, ready for taxi.
Everyone's going to have to hold for down. I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Fire command, the accident happened in the river. Both the helicopter and the plane crashed in the river. It's east of the approach end of runway 33.
Is the airfield closed?
Yes, the airfield is closed. The airfield is closed.
Runways as well?
Yes, all runways are closed. Nobody's landing. No one's moving at all.
And we have clearance across all taxiways and runways, correct?
Yes, you have clearance through the whole field, all taxiways and runways.
Damn, bro. This shit is crazy. Crazy. We got another video. They said watch part 1 or some shit. Hold on, we about to go check that out.
Two on Mount Vernon visual runway 1.
Blue Chief 5342, Washington Tower 1 star 32017, Gus 25, can you take runway 33?
Yeah, we can do 33 for Blue Chief 5342.
Blue Chief 5342, that's a Wilson Bridge, thanks for runway 33, runway 33, clear to land.
This is the
runway 33, runway 33 for land, Blue Chief 5342.
Jet 789, 1 star 32015, Gus 25, traffic 2 out, no delay, runway 16 takeoff.
Runway, I believe.
Washington American 3130 with you, runway 1.
American 3130, Washington Tower 1 star 31014, Gus 25, runway 16 land, traffic may depart parts route.
Okay, land runway 1, American 3130.
Jet 789, contact don't park today.
Okay.
American 3130, slow the final.
Slow on American 3130.
Pad 25, traffic just south of Wilson Bridge to CRJ at 1,200 feet, start runway 33.
All right, so he reported that.
American 1630, tower runway 1, lot boy, traffic throughout, start runway 33, dispatch 16 on final.
Runway 1.
Blue Chief 5307, keep rolling out to November, ground 47 today. American 1630, 1 star 32014, Gus 25, traffic 2 mile up base runway 33, no delay, runway 16 for immediate takeoff.
Number 1, clear for takeoff, American 1630.
Pad 25, get the CRJ in flight. Pad 25, pass behind the CRJ. Good separate.
American 4782 by Bath, Mount Vernon visual.
American 472, Washington Tower 1 star 32017.
This is Win. Tower, did you see that?
American 472. American 3130, go around, turn left end 250, climb maintain 3000.
Okay, left heading 350, 3000, American 3130.
Tower, Blue Streak 5347 is on final. Request runway 33, circle to 33.
Taken heading for American 3130.
American 3130, go around, turn left end 270, climb maintain 3000.
270 on the heading, 3000, American 3130.
American 472, cancel lane clearance runway 1 continue. American 472, cancel approach plans runway 1 continue.
Approach plans canceled. We're continuing. Blue Streak 5305, I assume you saw that over to my house.
Affirmative.
Clarify what you want 478 to do. Are we going around or are we continuing?
05, maintain 3000.
American 472 is going around. We're going to climb, maintain 3000. Tower, Blue Streak 5347 is on final. All right, for American 472, we're on the go. We're going to climb, maintain 3000. You have a heading?
American 472, let's start heading 2705, maintain 3000. Contact Potomac.
God damn.
Please join us as we observe a moment of silence to remember the lives of those who were taken.
A moment of silence was held tonight at the Washington Wizards game to honor those killed in last night's plane crash. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Devin Bartolotta. It's now been 24 hours since news broke of that crash between an Army Black Hawk helicopter and an American Airlines flight.
Well, tonight we know that 64 people on the plane were killed, 3 others in the Black Hawk. We're told that at least 40 bodies have been recovered.
Erica Braun joins us now from Arlington, Virginia. Erica?
Sharice and Devin, those black boxes that have been recovered are being analyzed now at an NTSB lab about a mile from the crash scene. They can offer key insight into the final moments of the passenger jet as the investigation continues. Recovery crews spent all day Thursday combing the Potomac River, searching for the remains of those lost in the horrific collision just short of the runway at Reagan National Airport.
At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
Officials say there were 64 people on board the American Airlines regional jet from Wichita, Kansas, and 3 on the U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter when they slammed into each other as the jet was preparing to land just before 9 Wednesday night.
Crash. This is alert 3. Crash.
The plane now sits upside down, broken into at least 3 pieces in waist-high water in the Potomac. CBS News has learned that just one air traffic control worker was managing the helicopters and planes, a job normally done by 2 people. The National...
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. That's it.
Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation.
We look at the human, the machine, and the environment. That is standard in any part of our investigation.
The NTSB says both black boxes from the plane have been recovered. They're being analyzed at an NTSB lab near the crash scene. At the time of the crash, both aircraft were flying at about 400 feet. Military helicopters are supposed to stay below 200 feet.
We're still in a recovery mode, first and foremost.
So they're supposed to stay below 200 feet. Okay. That's the answer we were looking for.
You get the perishable evidence and specifically the bodies out.
That's it right there, Pop. That's it. They're supposed to stay below 200 feet. They were not. Protocol's not followed. Protocol in the fucking tower was not followed either. And being that the niggas in the tower are still alive, they had gone wrong.
Here, of course, in the week and a half that he has been in office, he has made clear that he is targeting these programs, trying to strip them away from the federal government. And I did ask him point blank, is he suggesting that diversity hiring is somehow to blame for this crash? And what evidence had he seen to suggest that? And he told me it just could have been. He admitted, quote, "We don't know." Pressed again by another one of my colleagues here in the room as to how he could have been suggesting this was a diversity hiring issue, given that this is still an ongoing investigation and there's still so much that remains unknown. And the president said, it's because I have common sense. I think it's also important to note here that just a few hours ago, earlier this morning, his own new transportation secretary, Sean Duffy, said point blank, everything was standard in the lead up to this crash. The bottom line, Kira, right now, we simply still do not know what caused it.
All right, so little mainstream media is not going to be genuine about anything. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of reckless when he said what he said about DEI without knowing the facts.
But maybe he's privy to information you're not.
Exactly. So I did some research, and this blew me away. I didn't believe this. I had no idea there was a FAA lawsuit claims agency discriminated against air traffic controller applicants on the basis of race. I'm thinking, oh man,
they didn't let black people come air traffic controllers. Man, this is systemic racism.
No, but it's not that. The FAA allegedly added a question rewarding applicants for doing poorly on a test to get more African American air traffic controller applicants. And
now that sounds reckless.
So here's the video.
Our next guest is exposing the dangers of DEI hiring by collating a lawsuit against the Federal Aviation Administration for allegedly turning away qualified air traffic controllers based solely on race.
The lawsuit could set a new precedent and force companies to hire employees based on their skills and nothing else.
Joining us now, former Nevada Attorney General and Mountain States legal.
You know, that's what it should have been from the get-go. You know, where I think DEI and everything fucked up was, I think it's like a train of thought, like every black person you hire or every female person you hire or every trans person you hire or lesbian, gay, whatever you hire is the best one for the job. And that's not the case. People just trying to make these fucking quotas. And that's where you got fucked up.
Foundation co-counsel Adam Laxalt. Adam, great to see you. Explain how this,
thanks for having me.
How this lawsuit works, because the FAA was using a quiz, in essence, or a questionnaire that locked out, according to the lawsuit, several thousand people indirectly based on their race. But Congress got rid of this questionnaire. So explain the harm now.
Yeah, so we represent nearly 1,000 people that were about to be air traffic controllers, and this is at the end of the Obama administration. They had done all the FAA schooling, which up till that time, for 2 decades, graduated. 100% of those people went on to be air traffic controllers. They passed the normal test, and then the Obama administration said that the class was too white. And so they threw out the test and threw out all these applicants with it. And that's the group of citizens that we represent.
Now, as of someone in a group that has been discriminated against, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. You know, it's fucked up, bro.
Their careers were derailed. Their lives have been upended. So it's important that we get justice for them. But obviously, it's important that cases like this highlight that these practices were going on in the federal government, and they could still be going on in any agency in America, and especially when you're dealing with air traffic control. You know, I want to emphasize the Wall Street Journal just did a report a couple months ago that said that, you know, we're at 75% staffing for these air traffic controllers across the country. So when you travel and you have a delay, it's because there aren't enough of these people. When you see these near incidents in air traffic control, it's because there are not enough people. There are only 14,000 air traffic controllers. 1,000 were scrapped a decade ago. And the bottom line is they've never made up losing all of this pipeline. They can't make it up. And who knows the standards they're using now to try to fill that. But all Americans agree these have to be the best and brightest to keep us up.
Oh, we know how those standards are now. That's crazy. They're that much understaffed?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? What's the date of this article? April 25th, 2024.
Wow.
So this is something that's been going on.
They've been understaffed for a long time. You get on Twitter, all you hear is liberals, man, they're understaffed because Trump's in office. He fired all these people, and now they got air traffic controllers having to do twice work. But they've been understaffed since Biden administration.
Yeah, this well, it started under the Obama administration.
Right.
and
it's all safe.
Well, what gets me here is you're talking about a space, a part of the economy where people could lose their lives if a job is not done well. Healthcare is another space. Doctors, it's so regulated by the federal government. You could see the same kinds of policies, and we have, in some ways, seep in there with the same kinds of.
Now, I want you to add what he just said. He just added in there doctors and so-and-sos. All of these elite positions, these elite professions that blacks and women and everybody are getting into. And you get into those fields and you act the motherfucking fool. Right? Now, Brad won his shit back. Trump knocked out all these motherfuckers and he putting Brad's up in there. Damian Williams. Damn. The federal prosecutor who was on the Diddy case, who was on the case with Mayor Adams, previously on the Epstein case, Ghislaine Maxwell and the Friedman guy with the crypto and all of that shit. This guy's career is at the pinnacle. He's out. Yeah, he's out. They got a Brad in. Yeah. Listen, man, I've been noticing this shit since around, I'd say 2016. When our people were going through the civil rights era and all of this shit, fighting to be able to go to these schools, right? They were the great ones. They the ones that would have gotten there and kicked ass. What happened is you got people who were being born into this era where they could go to whatever school they wanted. They could go to, you know, apply for whatever job they wanted, and they were actually ushered in, right? So they didn't really respect it like that. Because every time you fucking look out here, you see bribes. Oh, accepting bribes, federal charges for this, federal charges for that, blah, 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 blah. One chick is a judge. She punched a cop in the face at a fucking bar. What the fuck is wrong with you? What? You know, like all, and people are seeing this shit. People are seeing this shit. And now we got a president that is not with the shits. He's not with that alternate lifestyle shit. You know, he wants the best of the best of the best. And this is, it's not a bad thing. It's an opportunity for you to really be great. You think you're good. You think you know how to do this. Nah, man. Sharpen that shit. Be on time. Be fucking, what's that word? What the fuck happened to the bottom here? God damn it. It's always something. What happened to my traded ticker tape? There we go. Yeah, you know, be perfect. There's nothing wrong with being perfect. Motherfuckers take these jobs for granted, man. All right? And they're saying, listen, man, Brad wanted shit back. He wanted shit back.
Risks. Obviously, your suit is precedent setting. What kind of precedent are you hoping to set with it?
We're suing under Title VII, which is back from the 1964. It is illegal to discriminate.
Using your own shit against you. Our own shit against it. Can't even be mad.
On the basis of race or gender in your hiring practices. That's the bottom line.
It's okay if you're white, though. That's why they turn them away. Watch
And
this.
the good news is the Supreme Court is trending this way. We feel that this case is a case that we're going to win. But if the federal government has to cave on this, certainly the whole of federal government is going to have to follow this. But it will apply to private companies. I mean, you see all this DEI stuff with Boeing. And is that the reason why they're having all these problems? You know, I guess we'll find that out with all these investors.
Oh, shit. He brought up Boeing. Boeing is fucked up. But Boeing's fucked up because they got that MCAS shit. But, shit. Basically, it was what I've been saying. They gonna say, man, we gave these niggas and these fucking women and these fucking homos a shot. And they fucked it up. They became a detriment to the whole American fucking people. So we gotta let Brad get back in there because Brad knows what the fuck he doing. That is the angle that they're going to. Nadia can't even say attack. And you can't get mad, bro. Motherfuckers was presidents. Kamala Harris says she ain't black, but they'll say she was black. She looked black. Vice presidents, judges, lawyers, doctors, they got a fucking show. Married to the medicine. Everybody on there's a fucking doctor. These bitches just be fighting each other. Like, yo, bro, fall back. It's over. You got to be good. You got to be good, man. Not only do you have to be good, you have to act good now. All your ratchet, loud-ass friends, you need to shun them in public. Don't be going to the restaurant with fucking loud-ass motherfuckers and shit. Listen, man. Y'all gonna see. This shit was confirmation. When I heard Trump say that shit, I said, oh, whoa. They're not playing.
Investigations, but it will have a huge impact across the board so that companies and our own government can simply do what's right, what should have been in place all along, which is hire on the base of merit.
Really quickly, Adam, you said that these air traffic controllers or potential were sidelined because they were white. In the discovery that you've done so far, do you have evidence that it's that blatant? Do they say that, or what do you have? Quickly.
Well, I can't disclose everything, but there's no question that the class was too white. They put a new test where they created a biographical test with the stated intent of adding more African Americans to the air traffic control applicant pool. And this is a shocking thing, but they wanted to add a test, a question that if you did poorly in math, then you would actually get extra points in this biographical test. Never mind how insulting it is that the government was concluding that this is a way to pull up African Americans into the air traffic control ranks. But that's all there. They did change the test to change the applicant pool.
Adam Laxalt, thank you so much.
So if you're black and you suck at math, they give you extra points?
Yo, I honestly, that is very insulting. I wouldn't even want to fucking accept that shit, bro. I just have a pride about me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so certain shit, if you're not up to par, B, this shouldn't even be a question. We should, like Trump said, we should have the best of the best in motherfucking air traffic controllers, bro. Any field where you deal with people's lives or freedom, you need to be the best. Everybody can't be a fucking doctor or a lawyer or a fucking air traffic controller or a pilot or build bridges. Like you just can't just shove anybody in there and just have them do that shit. You know what I'm saying? No matter what color they are.
Yeah, I would laugh, but man,
That is nuts.
Joe, I'm about to end the stream, guys. Thank you for pulling up. All right. Be careful. It's Friday. If you guys are working, me, I'm retired, so I'm happy. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back later. Peace.